Turn her in, Mr. St. Patrick. You're a smart man. It's a smart play. Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? So today we're going to be doing our power recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet done so, and share this video wherever you like to share videos. So okay, let's do our shout outs real quick. I'm gonna start with Nelly Mac 91 said, I think Milan said the white one will be useful soon. Yes, he sure did. And let's see who else. We have another one from Benson Usazi who said, things fall apart in power. The center no longer at ease. Implosion impending. When? Ooh, nice, nice. All right. And yeah, so thanks you guys for commenting. Definitely be sure to comment down below for your chance to be featured in my next video. So let's go ahead. It was so much going on. We're gonna see like how we're gonna do this. Oh my goodness, so much going on. And so Tommy, he freaking, as we know, he looks like crap because he got beat up so freaking badly in the last episode. Mike, he's in trouble with his accomplice, the person that helped him to get Lobos out, because this guy's like, you know what, I know the information about your daughter as well as your ex, and I will use that. I'm going to kill them if you don't provide me a way to leave the country. Because this dude was like, yo, they straight up coming for us. You know? So he's like, all right, they're coming for us. Well, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm not trying to go down with you. And Ghost and Tommy later went to see this guy to find out who was like the inside man, pretty much the same guy that I'm talking about. They went to go see him to find out who was the inside man from like the department or whatever. And he wasn't really trying to give up the name because he still needs him to get him the passport to be able to leave the country. So he's just like, he's not trying to give up that information. And then he starts talking like a smart aleck. And Tommy wasn't feeling that because he started talking about how he killed the dog and started talking about Holly. And, you know, that's his soft spot, especially because he's the one that caused her to die, to kill her, you know. So he just went off the handle and just started shooting him and straight up shot him like a few times. And Ghost is like, yo, what are you doing? This is not the plan. And he's like, F the plan. Like, he don't give an F about that. This dude is talking greasy and he had to do what he had to do. Ghost is playing it smart with Andre because he's telling him not to talk about any type of business in the club, you know, just keep everything on the low. Andre does let him know that the people that's across the street, they actually picked up the deal that he fell off on with Karen. So, you know, of course, he's pissed about that. And that's actually going to mess up things with him and Milan because Milan did tell him to just do what he had to do with Karen, but now that's kind of messing up things. I mean, Milan, he's so annoying to me because, like, how you want to tell him to now go ahead and pick up the deal? Like, people don't wait for things, you know what I mean? And now, look what's going on. Following that, the investigator lady, MJ, she goes to Truth to see Ghost and just kind of, like, investigate the whole situation and see what's up with him. And she does tell him that she reveals that she knows a lot about him and Angela. And she tells him to give up Angela. And she says she knows that they were together because he paid her rent. He was living with her. You know, they've done their background work. They've done their checks. So they know. And he's just like, you know, he was like, she was like, just give it up, or whatever. And she mentioned something about Lobos, and he was like, who's Lobos again? I was like, okay, I see you. I see you. If you don't know nothing, they can't say you know nothing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, if you pretend you really don't know that person, like, he never said that he knew Lobos. He never mentioned Lobos in the conversation. So you throwing it out and him receiving it and kind of like playing off of that would have just been like confirmation that he had some type of involvement. But not. He's a smart man. He knew better than to go ahead and say that. Angela, she goes to see Tasha again. I'm like, yo, she's mad infatuated with Tasha right now. I mean, I understand what she's trying to do. She's trying to make sure she saves her backside because she see that they have a nice tight alibi going on. But like, you're doing the most. And it's gonna if people start tailing her, it's gonna look real weird that she keeps on going to see the woman that he allegedly was cheating on you with. Like, you acting like y'all besties or something. So she goes to see her and says that, you know, Jamie has a good alibi, but homeboy, Mr. Tommy, needs to come up with something. He needs to have an alibi. And Tasha, as Angela was leaving, Tasha mentions that Tommy must have been, or she's pretty sure that he was at his mom's house in, I think she said Staten Island or Long Island. It's one of the two of them. It's probably Staten Island, but I'm not really sure because they're both islands. So sometimes I get them a little mixed up. I don't go to either one of them, so, I mean, they far. Once she gets this information from Tasha, she now goes to see Tommy's mother and kind of gives her, like, the whole grilling type of thing, the whole investigation, trying to find out as many notes and get notes and things like that, find out what she knows. And I guess she's, quote-unquote, trying to help Tommy. She, once again, like I said, she's trying to help herself, make sure she knows what they're going to say, so she knows, you know, what's going on, if their story's good or not, and how things can kind of fall apart, or when or where it will kind of fall apart. So she's asking all these questions, and, you know, Kate, it's not coming down too good. Like, she gets razzled on the pressure. She's not really too good with it. But luckily, Tasha had texted this dude. She texted Tommy and told him, like, yo, we got a problem. So he ended up showing up. And it was around the time when Angela was ready to leave his house, or his mom's house, I should say. And he just kind of came in and was talking to her and let her know, like, you know, what it was. And she's just like, you need to get your story straight with your mom because she's saying different things. And he's just like, you didn't need to come here. What if they followed you? You know, kind of making her think a little bit about her quick impulses that she tends to have. I mean, when people are scared, they do whatever they think is right in order to get them out of a tight situation. She did mention to him that too bad Holly wasn't the one to be his alibi, because even when she was grilled for 24 hours, she didn't rat him out. Like, she's the best person to have his back for things like this. Ghost asks Dre to take his son to go, you know, just, he's kind of like the babysitter right now. Like, just go chill out with him, keep him occupied for a little bit, and make sure he stays away from Truth. So now, we already know that Kanan is back, and Kanan is just trying to, he's being Kanan, you know, and he's trying to move in slowly. So he talks to him on the phone, but he didn't really tell him, like, where he was going. And Kanan found out that they was playing basketball, comes there, and is trying to be, like, mad cool with Tariq and stuff like that. And he tells him that he knows Dre, and also that he used to be cool with Sean back in the days, because he mentioned that that's how he learned how to play ball, was by this guy that he knew named Sean, but he died. And I'm just like, yo, this is so horrible. Like, why are you playing with people's kids right now? You could see it in Dre's face that he felt a little some type of way about this whole situation. Like, he knows that this is not right and he should say something, but then he's scared for his daughter. So it's kind of like conflict. What is it? Conflict of interest. I think that's what they would say. Oh, it's just horrible. It makes me so mad. He also saw when they was about to leave, he noticed when Tariq put on his book bag, it had the logo from his school. See, those things could actually work against you now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I never really thought about how it could kind of allow a predator or somebody that's trying to find a kid know exactly where to find them, because it has your school name right there. Like, now my son, he has, like, you know, the logos and things like that. Now I'm thinking about it like, dang, I don't know if I really like this. Now everybody know what school he goes to and stuff. kind of putting some knowledge into my head real quick. I know they trying to promote the school and everything, but it's still, I don't know. So Kanan was parked outside Tariq's school, probably like the next day, and then, you know, he's still sipping on that drink that he got. What is it? Pop the pills and ginger ale or whatever drink they mixed it up with. And he's just sipping on it, and he comes up in the car. He tells him, you know, let's hang out for a bit. Let's go get a bite to eat. He's taking him all around the neighborhoods. He's telling him about his father used to do drugs, and he still does. Like, he was straight giving up all the things that Ghost would try to keep him away from. And he's feeding off the fact that this boy is so curious and is at that age where he wants to know everything. He even gave him some of that drink. I'm like, oh man, don't get him hooked on this now. Now he gonna be doing drugs pretty much. That's what he's doing, and he's gonna always want it. So if he always wants it, he's gonna always want to hang out with him in order to get it. You know, he took him back to that same place where he killed the old lady, and he was about to off the boy too, but then Tariq said something that kind of caught his attention. He was like, I hate my father. He's just a effing liar and this and that. And Kanan took that as a golden opportunity where he can now get back at him. He can get back at Jamie with one of the people that's closest to him. So, yeah, now he knows what he's doing. I'm like, dang, kids should be off limits in these types of situations, in these types of games, whatever. Kids should be really off limits. So Tommy brings all the heavy hitters to truth. And, of course, Jamie is just like, he's annoyed by this. He can't really say anything because this guy's got him by the balls. So it's nothing he can really do or say. This guy can pretty much do whatever he wants and get away with it. So all the heavy hitters are in there, and Tommy is letting them know that this is what they're going to be doing now. They're going to be slinging pills to the neighborhoods and all that. And none of them really want to do it. They're used to like doing straight up dope, and that's it. And he's just like, nah, this is the new revolution. So the Asian guy was the first to kind of be like, nah, chill. Like, he's about to back out. He's like, plus I have a feeling that you killed my son. You had something to do with it. And Milan's people straight up offed him. Like, straight up in front of everybody. And that definitely made them know that, okay, this is not just Tommy. There's people behind this whole scenario, this whole situation. So y'all better listen up, and y'all better either get with the program or, yeah, you're going to be next. So now Tasha, she's hanging out with Keisha at the beauty shop. You know, they got their little business popping, and Tasha's now part of it. Keisha's always had her salon, but now Tasha's part of it because she's doing wholesale, supposedly. But remember, we learned before that her and Holly was actually doing their drug business through the shop. So they're there. It's a late night. They're about to close up. They should have already closed the door. I don't know why they still had it open, but Milan walks in, and he talks to Tasha, tells her she needs to tell Jamie to call off everything that he's doing. And, you know, pretty much giving her like a warning. And then he starts talking about the whole, what she's doing inside there. And she's just like, you know, let's not talk about this right now. But he's so stupid, he talks about it. And Keisha, she was coming out, but she noticed that this guy was there and that they were talking. So she kind of like stayed in the cut real quick so they wouldn't see her, but so she could actually hear what's going on. But when she heard the threat, she pretended like she was dropping something, and then he was out after that. He offered to help her, and then he was out. So, you know, everything's revealed now. Keisha knows, and Tasha just tried to apologize, but she's real pissed at her right now because she's messing with her livelihood. At the end of the day, her store could get taken away that she worked so hard to get. Her child could get taken away. She could be taken to the penitentiary, like locked up for this. Because before, it was a little better because she didn't have any knowledge of it. But now she actually has knowledge of it. So it's much harder to, you know, win a lie detector test when you actually have the knowledge. Unless you're real good like that, you know. So Angela, we're back to her. She now talks to Greg Knox and tries to get on his soft side and prove that she had nothing to do with it. Because he's the main person trying to take her down. You know, he's on this revenge thing. So she's like, maybe if I get close to him, maybe he'll chill with all this extra stuff that he's doing. So she even like tries to flirt with him, and Jamie sees it. And, you know, of course he was feeling some type of way about it. He was feeling kind of jealous. And later on, he does ask her when they meet up, he asked her like if they have anything going on, and she was just like, don't ask me anything about that. That's not your jurisdiction or anything. Like, don't even. She does ask him about Tasha and what Tasha said about them sleeping together, and he was just like, I slept on the couch, she slept on the bed. Like, I guess he didn't want to hurt her that much, so he actually told the truth about that. She's like, well, y'all need to get your story straight because that's not what I heard. And it looks like, although she told MJ initially that she wasn't going to do the whole wire thing, it looks like she was wearing a wire. I saw her pull one off and put it into her glove compartment. So I don't really know if she's like, you know, really trying, she's just so desperate that she's like, whatever, or what it is. Jamie, he's doing an investigation on Milan, trying to find out as much as possible, going to all these different bars and things like that. And then at one spot that he went to, Milan, well, he saw some of Milan's people, so he's like, okay, check. But then as he was about to pull off, he noticed, he saw Tommy's car, and he saw Tommy come out. So he tried to call Tommy to see, like, yo, what's good? And Tommy, like, straight ignored his call. So that lets him know that Tommy's lying to him. But he's also lying to Tommy, telling him that he's not doing any type of investigation. Although he knows that if he is doing those types of things and trying to take Milan down, it could have dangerous and horrible repercussions for him. But I kind of feel like Tommy pushed him to that point because Tommy was straight up like, yo, this dude is sonning you. Like, you know, Tommy was kind of making him feel like less of a man. So I feel like he kind of pushed him into that mentality where he's like, I got to gain control of my life. So, yeah, like I was saying, she had this whole meeting with MJ, and then following that, Angela, she's so freaking desperate that she pretty much pimped herself. Like, she goes to Greg's house and she shows him the video of Tasha and freaking St. Patrick, Jamie, at the hotel to show, like, this is why she's so distraught. This is why they're not together anymore. She's pretty much single. But at the end of the day, even though they had sex and, you know, they did what they had to do, and she thought she had him hooked now because she gave him the pum pum, which she didn't even look like she was happy about it. She looked like she was not into it because, you know, she's had much better for the last however long they've been together. So going back to this is like, ugh, here goes the garbage again. Go ahead, give me the garbage, you know. So it's nothing exciting, nothing fresh or new or anything like that. This is just like to try to get his mind thinking about her again and, you know, get him stuck on the pum pum. But it didn't work because as soon as she was done and she went to the bathroom real quick, what happened? He goes ahead and he texts Medina like, yo, I think I'm pretty sure Angela's working with St. Patrick and I know how we can get her. And I'm just like, girl, you don't waste your time. You could have kept your little pocketbook to yourself. Kept your little goodies to yourself and just waited for Jamie again. Because you done gave him that for what? So he can still try to get you locked up. Shake my head. You done messed up, girl. But yeah, that's pretty much the episode. I'd love to hear what you guys had to think about that. My whole thing is that I'm pissed about the whole Tariq situation. I just feel like Kanan is doing the most. He's doing too much, and you shouldn't be messing with nobody's kids. But this is going to really make some crazy-ish go down. But I'm mad about them being so cool now. Like, ugh. What else? I feel like Angela, she just needs to get focused and stop being so desperate because she's going to end up slipping up and she's going to mess herself up. And I hope that Dre actually tells, what's his name? I hope he tells Jamie what's going on, or at least gives him a little hint, but be like, yo, you ain't hear this from me, whatever, whatever. Because like, you're doing what you're doing for your kids, then you need to think about other people's kids as well. This is not just about Jamie anymore. Now this has the children involved. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.